Oh, yeah. So, can I hear myself? Yes, I can. I can hear myself. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Chris. Hello, Callum. Hello, John. And hello to everybody who else I've missed. Yeah. Monza today. Yeah, shut up, Jack. So Monza today, which is a very, very well-known track for a certain red team. But yeah, like I said, with Lani and Basson, I'm going to call them the race pace merchants. I doubt we're going to see something crazy from them. Yeah, no comment on Basson as he's just literally taken race day. Race day. He's just taken that motto way too serious. Genuinely, just doesn't want to fucking qualify, even if his life depends on it. Like, honestly, of all the people on the planet, somebody holds a gun to your brains and asks you who should qualify for you, you're not gonna name Basson. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, I don't know why Basson hates qualifying so much. I think Rump also was talking to me about it on Saturday because he's his TP, and I was like, yeah, generally, I don't know what is with that guy. Just generally very confusing dude. But yeah, his name's Chris, so kind of figures, and he's ginger, so yeah. Put these two together, that doesn't help. Hello, Lani. Yeah, no. All the jokes aside, Basson is obviously a very, very well-rounded racecraft driver, and yeah, at least he was my teammate at some point in DTS. So yeah, no, pretty good, decent guy. So definitely a good guy to have around. Anyways, so last race was very chaotic. We had, saying very chaotic, we had three people fighting for a win the entire race with Bailey, Callum, and Pray For Ye, right? And Pray For Ye got a penalty in the end, which is why he finished third. Bailey won, I think, by a good amount. Or did Callum win? I don't know who I'm robbing here. Who am I robbing? But yeah, no, very interesting and exciting race. We had a wet qualifying. Yeah, no, it was Bailey won. Grim Sleeper was second. Ooh. Where did Callum finish? Eighth. Interesting. Yeah, we saw the usual good qualifying from Bailey. Yeah, no, Callum, I'm sorry. Didn't want to put any salt in the wound there. I know he had a good race. But yeah, we had a very impressive and quick new guy. Dave. Dave was very quick, but just couldn't get his mediums to work in the last bit, which cost him a lot. Pace-wise, he just looked very fast and consistent. Brent had a very good race and result. And yeah, the championship is pretty close. We have Grim Sleeper leading with 211 points, and Baston in second with 172. And then Gandalf with 171, Brent with 171, and Bailey 168. We have P5 to P2 in 4 points. So yeah, it is very close. The only one that could kind of get away was Grim Sleeper, another ginger. So it's currently a ginger lead here in Elite. But yeah, no. yeah, let's see. Normally, the championship leader had a horrible race. Um, every single time they entered a race as a race leader, as a championship leader. I think Gandalf knows way too well. So yeah, we'll see. Um, pray for you. Hello. Um, yeah, he had a very good race last week. But yeah, it's going to be semi-interesting to see. Monza is a track that I genuinely expect some overtakes to happen. Um, and yeah, I just hope it's not a horrible turn one to this week. But yeah, it's getting less and less incidents every week in this division, which is also very impressive. Just not a lot of incidents means the race, and just based off the championship, we have a very close championship, but very less incidents. So very high quality here from these guys. So hats off to you guys. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. At least, also weather could be somewhat interesting, but I think it has a very low percentage of rain around here, so I wouldn't be too fussed getting a rain setup. But China was already wet qualifying. Maybe we see some special stuff here today. It's not loading in. Ah, okay. I was about to say, did I get kicked out for no reason? But no, I'm still in. I am still here. So, let's see. Thanks, Kimmy. Oops. Oh, I just saw the messages in the chat. Oh, I love some banter. Some good banter in between these guys. So, it's taken ages to load. But yeah, we will see. Come on, game. Load. Show me something, game. Show me something. What do we have? Is it wet? Is it dry? Is it nighttime out of nowhere? It is a dry Monza qualifying. Can't believe it. Yeah, tires are not that interesting. So, are we going to see some interesting stuff? P22, P1 from Storms. I mean, to be fair, you showed some pretty decent race pace. A bit of issues with consistency, but to be fair, that was around China, so I would be too surprised if you keep it together around here. I wouldn't be too surprised. So, who's going to be the first one out on track? It's Gandalf. So, Monza, I mean, has some very famous corners. I don't think I have to go through all of them today. With now Cova Grande coming up. Some very nice overtakes in the past few years here through this corner. Always a bit close. To be fair, nowadays with the cars being just a lot more wide than they were back in the day, it gets a bit more interesting here in that corner, especially with the new high curves we have around that track. Then have Lesbo 1 and Lesbo 2. I think we called Lesbo 2 Pirate Danny, I don't know what it was. And yeah, here we have the second DRS straight. And then it goes down into the Ascari section, which is probably going to be the main attraction for track limit warnings. And sometimes a lot of spins just because the exit curb is so high. And then we have the Parabolica. Now we're gonna watch Gandalf on his hot lap, who didn't really get traction last week. Was stuck behind a slower car in quali last week, and now is more determined than ever to get a proper good qualifying position again. To be fair, he always had some good qualifying results, but just mainly struggled with actually converting his pole positions. Doesn't hit the curb too much, but has to lift off there completely. That's going to cost him some time on the corner exit. Lesmo 1 looks clean. Lesmo 2 looks clean as well. That's a cool, pretty good run through there. Now down into Ascari. Keeps it valid there. Goes a bit off the curb pretty early. Loses the car and almost DNF there. That was very close. And that's what I mean. He somehow, he ran wide a bit too early there. And that just completely compromised his corner exit, sending him into the barrier there. And now we're going to see Rattigan on pole with a 19.1 for the first time of the day. And Grimsleeper's teammate into P2 with a 19.3. Pretty decent lap there from Rattigan, I guess. Pray for your 19.7. Is Rattigan goated? Basson with a 19.2. Okay. Brand with an 18.8. It's about to say. So I guess Basson's about to retire anyway. Doesn't matter where. Isn't really worth watching him anyways. Tyler Danny's going to come around the last corner, and he does a 19.6. Well, that's some pretty decent first runs there then. Yeah, what you really want to do, at least it was on the last game, but I think the last game was the actual last time I actually did Monza a lot, was you want to stay on the curb on the right hand side for Ascari for as long as possible, just to have the least amount of steering through the last section. Helps with when you hit the curb, the car's at least completely straight, so you don't really fly over it. Oh, that's a very slow entry there from the Mercedes. Oh, Rattigan is out of fuel, that's why. A lot of people are out of fuel. A lot of people are out of fuel. Except for Lani. Lani's not even at risk of running out of fuel. Nice. So far we don't have an Aston Martin on the front row. I think we didn't see that very often. Oh, Bailey, very aggressive there into the first corner. Gets a really good acceleration there. Gandalf to a 26.2. Bailey gets a 26.0. Superior just went into the gravel. Bailey went onto the grass. That's where we go slightly wide, not really on the apex there. Very good Lesper too then. Didn't go too wide, could probably commit more, but since this is the first run, don't need to really risk it here. My god. 52.8, this is sector time here. No, he doesn't touch the curb too much, it also helps if you just go around it. Pretty decent run there for Ascari from good old Bailey here. Into Parabolica, hits it very tight. Now lets the car go wide a bit. Across the line, 19.7. Jeez. Seems like Brent really fucking hit it on the first run. The boy Def stays more on the curb and has a lot of battery to spare here for the last sector. Could be a decent time. Oh, nice braking there into the last corner. He stays closer to the inside of the corner. He goes on to P2, 19.0. Good time there. Can we see an actual quality time of Dave? Last week he had a quali ban. He is supposedly quick. At least that's what people told me. He showed that he was quick. Can he convert here? And show us that he's quick. He does an 18.4! Knocks the lap out of the park with 4/10 to Brent. That is a proper good lap. Callum now on his first velvet lap. See what he does. Whoa, a lot of curve down the inside. Car lifted there through the air. My god. So we had Bailey with 26.0 here in sector 1. It's Callum getting 26.1. Oh, almost. He almost nailed it there, Callum. Almost. Yeah. This is probably not going to attack the front well. But considering Callum's improvements this season alone, it's a decent run. 52.9. So it's going to be around Bailey's time. Unless he whips one out here in the last sector, but since the last sector is mostly about straight down speed. Rattigan, you can't park there, mate. What are you doing? You cannot park there. Anyways, Callum does a 120.2. Yeah, that was suboptimal. Suboptimal. Bailey was 1.5 seconds up. Interesting. Yeah, don't need too much Rattigan's time. Well, that's a decent run through there. Oh, last one one. Nice. Last one two. A lot of curve there. I think the curve is not really good there, but no, I might be wrong, but I think you're quicker when you drive around it. 2.0. It's 9/10 quicker than Bailey was here in that sector. So we could see an 18.9. Oh, he doesn't have any battery left. That's not going to help this time. So it's not going to be an 18, but it's going to be a low 19. $19.0 from Andre. Whatever Lani's doing. Mowing the grass there. Let's see, what can Grim do? Oh, he doesn't hit the curb that hard. That was a nice looking turn 1 and 2 from our current championship leader. What can he do in sector 1? A lot of battery using. Oh, 2.5 tenths. Currently put him into the top 5. It's going to be close between him and the teammate into the top 5, but yeah, that's going about where he would be. Oh, not the greatest Lesmo, but let's see, he's using a lot of battery. 2.5 tenths again, didn't gain anything there in sector 2. Oh, nice Ascari section. But yeah, like I said, he does not have the battery left to actually pull something amazing out here. Come on, use your battery, Dale. Oh, he goes into the pit lane. So that would have probably put him around P5 and 4. What is superior? Superior also finishes his lap. He's doing an 18.9, goes into P3. That's round about where I expect it to be with the Astons. Gandalf is up and has a lot of battery left here through sector 3. What's he gonna pull off? Where is he gonna go? He goes with an 18.6. Goes into second place. Bailey's up by a 10th. He needs a lot more than that 10th to be in the position he would normally be in. But I think he's probably going to go into the pit lane with 4 minutes left. Huh? He's going for it. 19.4 puts him into 13th. Callum. Two and a half tenths up. A lot of battery use. See, this is the place where you actually want to use your battery. You can gain an insane amount of time if you just use like, if you have like 40% battery left for these last bit here. It is insane the time you can gain. With a 19.8 improved by 4 tenths, not in position. Now we're going to see people going out for their last runs. Andre being by far the furthest up front. And yeah, Bailey's now coming in. He can probably do an out lap. That shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, Haytham is doing a double out lap, and Callum is going into the pits, but Callum won't make it, I think. 2 minutes 47, I don't think you can make it out in under a minute. But to be fair, he can cut his outlap completely. Doesn't matter. Andre is going out on his lap. His next lap has to be somewhere in the 18s. What improvement are we gonna see from Andre here in sector 1? 2.5 tenths down. Okay. Well, I get a good run here through that, through the chicane. Electric on and out now. Green sleep on and out now. Very far on the inside, that's invalidated. Yeah, the curb is not your friend in that corner, mate. Curb is not your friend. He would have, I mean, he gained in 1.5 tenths. So it wouldn't have been enough. So she do something. Nearly cycle is up a 10.5. Oh, he also used a lot of battery. 20% is also not really going to cut it here in the last sector. He lost a lot of time. That was a good discovery section there. What do we want to see here? 18.7. Nice. So, we are starting to see all the quali laps. Gandalf goes second. Vatican now up by 2/10 in the gravel. Hits the first Lesmo pretty well. And you could shift the gear down more. You could go down into 5th. Get a bit more momentum out of that corner. But that was a decent run there. 30% left. That could be a really good, nice improvement there from Rattigan. Nice, stable here through the first Ascari. Yeah, that was a decent run there from Rattigan. If he now uses his battery wisely, he might jump up into the second row for now. Made the 5th gear exist. Rattigan goes into P6. Nice run there from him. Grim Sleeper goes to the 3rd. Gandalf whips one out. 18.4 goes on to provisional pole. Superior's not improving. Your boy Dev is not improving. Bassen is improving. Haytham is not gonna get it. Callum is on a 4-10th improvement. Come on, Callum, burn the battery. To the line. Oh, Callum, nice. So, Gandalf was back on pole, where he used to be at the beginning of the season. Dave couldn't really improve after his first run. I think it was the second run. Grim Sleeper goes into 3rd position, our current championship leader. Brent is only 7,000ths of a second behind Grim Sleeper. And Superi goes into 5th. Didn't see that often. We didn't see that often that the Aston Martins are not in the top 3. Normally qualify pretty good. But yeah, that's decent qualifying here. So we have the top 2, which are kind of their own group. Then we have Grim and Brent. And then we have a very close field from P5 up to P10, which are all in around about 2/10. And then we have Prey to Callum also in the 10th. So it's a pretty close field. So it's about 3 to 4/10 from P5 to P15. Very, very nice. So, it's also not raining now, which is nice. It's good to see. Makes it less chaotic into turn 1. Says that I'm going to see like 4 DNFs in the first corner. But, yeah, tire choice I don't think is really rocket science around this track. It's going to be mediums for ages and then hards for ages. Nothing else really makes sense. It's pretty boring and straightforward around here. Just need a bit of a watch on the tire temps for the most of the time. But yeah, because the track temperature is just very high, you just need to have a bit of a look onto the rear tire temperature. It gets a bit tricky around Ascari, especially after the tires heat up pretty much in Lesmo. So yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky out of the second chicane. A lot of people spin there just because they touch the gravel a bit and then just go wide there. Lesmo 2 is more tricky than Lesmo 1 in my eyes. Just you either go wide and touch the gravel and just lose control of your car, or you just somewhat spin because you touch the inside curb too much. And then we have Ascari, who, yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a very fast direction change, so with higher tire temperatures, you just use your rears a bit sometime. But other than that, the track is very high speed. I think it's the highest, one of the higher, definitely the highest in F1, the highest average lap speed in F1, and it's not close. Right, so after we had a lot of people on hards when I pressed pause, we now have a bit of an overweight on the mediums, but it's yeah, we have both strategies available here. Most people with the hards are on the lower part of the grid. Pretty nice actually. Normally starting on the harder tire is quicker, but generally because of safety car rest you tend to start on the softer tire. But yeah, normally, at least in normal, the hards are a good starting tire. You just stick with the group, then have better tires after like 7 laps. Then you could start pushing a bit, get yourself some nice place around the track, switch on the mediums. And because of the lesser weight, you have less problems with tire wear on the second stint. But yeah, this can all change because Monza also with its turn 1 can be very tricky sometimes with safety cars. But yeah, I hope we're gonna see mostly clean racing. Yeah, like I said, everybody in the top 7's on medium. And then we have P8, P10, P13, 14, 15, and 17 on hards. Everybody else is on mediums. Alrighty. From where am I going to watch? As everybody's forming up on the grid. We have the nice POV of Woodford. Who am I gonna jump on board with? Who's getting good starts? Well, anyways. So, the lights are turning on to go off again, and it's lights out, and away we go here. Dave gets a better start than Gandalf. He is side by side with him. He's probably going to go ahead into turn 1. Ooh, a lot of people go wide there. Grim Sleeper is in the mud. Gets 10 seconds for a corner cut. And oh my god, that's not the safest rejoin. Oh, they're 3 wide. Oh god. Dave leads for now. As your boy Duff and Rattigan now side by side. Your boy Duff gets sent over the curb. And there's chaos. It is chaos. Grim Sleeper gets 10 seconds, loses his front wing, and loses 10 positions. This race is not going too well. As we have Callum now going for a move down into this Ascari section, he goes past Grim Sleeper. Pretty nice move there from him. As Dave decided to completely starts moving forwards. Haytham makes contact with Andre into the Parabolica, and now he loses a lot of positions there. No further contact there. But yeah, that wasn't pleasant. Big Sweeper defending against Tyler Danny. Yeah, something really close here. Basson is pretty close to pray for ye. Start going for a move around here. We have not the most amount of battery. Everywhere on the board. Gandalf loses position. Brent goes for it into the Lesmos. Very daring maneuver as Brent goes into the gravel and now gets passed by Gandalf. Into Ascari. SCP is now following those too closely. Taylor Danny is still trying to get past Greensleeper. But Greensleeper with broken front wing. He's just a sitting duck at the moment. Latigan goes fastest for now. Baston goes fastest for now. As Gandalf gets overtaken by Brandt and Baston goes past Braithwaite, and there's a lot of contact there. And I think Bailey hit Rattigan in the rear. Bailey lost his front wing. How's Rattigan looking? Rattigan is still intact. Oh yeah. At least I think that's where the contact was. Bailey goes for it into the inside of... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What on earth is going on? They're 3 wide still. Oh my goodness. Guy, oh god, oh my god. Oh, fucking hell. What on earth is going on here? Stop going 3 wide, guys. Oh, there's someone on the grass still. Please just stop going 3 wide, you fucking lunatics. So that's half the grid in the pit lane for a broken front wing. Bailey gets 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. That was a horrific incident. And Rattigan is probably the one that got fucked over the most. Heatham retires in the pits. Rattigan is now waiting to get a new front wing. And that was a horrific incident, and that, I mean, not only did Rattigan do nothing, at least from what I saw on stream, he got sent into the second Lesmo like a rocket, and then lost his front wing, had to wait for his teammate to get repaired. This is a nightmare. I don't know how that's not a safety car. There was like 10 cars going sideways. Anyways, moving on. Gandalf already has 3 seconds. And Nearly Psycho is still hunting him down. Windsword now pitting. I think Ulani now pitting. I think he also lost his front wing from that collision. Yeah, the second Ferrari with a broken front wing. And now Callum in P10. You know, Callum is just goated. Callum's just standing on business. I think XT Storms also lost his front wing in that collision. Gandalf loses position to Brent. So yeah. Yeah, I also don't know how that was. Let's see, oh, Bailey goes wide in Cova Grande again. Almost loses it there. Oh god. Looks like he fell asleep in the middle of the corner. Back to the front. Yeah. Well, Dave doesn't really gain a lot now. Let's go with that. For now. As Taylor then he gets passed by Windsword. Just want to point out, Windsword was on a quali ban. So, see how many people pitted now. So from that one incident, there was 8 cars in the pit lane. Can't believe it. 8 cars entered the pit lane because of that incident. It's gonna be fun. Yes, Gandalf loses another position. Oh no, he stays ahead of the boy there. But Brent has decided to leave that group behind. And Gandalf is now again under attack by your boy Dev. He's got 70% ERS, so he's probably gonna get past Superior again. But he lost Brent. That's your boy Dev's got to go into the inside of Superior here into turn 1. Yeah, but they keep it clean. They keep it clean. Oh, it's Tyler Gunning and Winfield are just chilling. And Gandalf dropped it. Oh my lord. Or contact as well, it could be both. He didn't lose a front wing. There's more yellow flags than I thought so far after lap 7. Storms goes into the gravel, Bailey goes fast. Into level 1, XC Storms pulls out of the move there. Just to not kill anyone involved. Pretty nice. As well, Bailey is leading that pack, but now Basson with DRS, he puts his battery to none just because he wants to stay for the main straight. Does go for a move there, XC Storms has to brake there. Otherwise he would have absolutely yeeted his car into Basson there. And Gandalf loses another position. Yeah, Gandalf missed turn 1 entirely. Windsword now ahead. And also Taylor Danny through. Gandalf is having another problematic race. As Basson is probably now going to go for a move on Bailey here. He squeezes him there to the outside of the track. And XC Storms touches the grass under braking and he's gone. Another car rounds. Oh my lord. Gandalf was now behind his teammate, but yeah. This is a far from optimal racing from Gandalf. As Windsor is now on 11 positions gained. And we have 2 teams here driving with each other, with McLaren and Williams. He's pitting, so he's probably going to be on a 2-stop. 18 laps, double the amount of laps on hards. Don't think that's going to happen. Superior sticks his nose in there, gets the car to stop. No contact on that move there. Gandalf's now from the pits. Are we going to try to go for a big undercut there on the McLarens? Oh, Superior again on the braking goes wide. He's having problems on the brakes lately. Bailey now gets past Basson. And past Gandalf. This race is weird. Gandalf goes side by side with Bailey into turn 3, now into turn 4 into the chicane here. He goes, oh, very hard over the curb. That's going to compromise his exit. And now Bailey goes up the inside into Leswell. There's more contact there. It's like MotoGP, we now have block passes. Fucking hell. Brent goes into the pit now. I mean, decimal 1 is not really it. Basso now tries to go for a move on the inside of the parabolic car. No contact there between these two. Gonna compromise Gandalf's exit. Can we see something here from Chris Basson? Down the main straight. He goes out of the wind. Out of the slipstream. Gandalf on the inside of Bailey. Both lose it under braking. Gandalf goes completely sideways, but somehow makes the move. As Bailey almost put Basson in the grass there. He's really weaving, man. It looks like he's got stickers or something. What the fuck is he doing? Basson now passes as well. Oh, yeah, Gandalf on the brakes is a spectacle to watch. Jesus. The boy Def's on the pit lane. And the first of the McLarens in the pit lane. No, Winsel's in the pit. Bailey gets a penalty. Lani gets a penalty. And Basson sticks to Gandalf for now. Right. No suicidal moves for now. Bravery on the back of Winston. So, Superior is the only medium runner to not pit. So we're probably going to see a one from him. Yeah. Superior now in the pits, but that should be doable with hards. So. I think Winslow was second hard, so he has to pit again. Probably his pit winner is going to be around lap 21, 22. Hope for a little medium stint to the end. Yeah. I can't believe we didn't have any more deaths so far. With what happened here in the last few minutes, but yeah, no, it seems got a bit quiet for now. It's a good thing. Just people not dying for a minute is good. Bailey there. On the acceleration. Bassa in both. Why are you guys so crazily committing on your ERS? Bailey's losing fuel. Bailey trying to stick his nose in. Goes very hard over the curb. Loses a bit of time. Lani now out of DRS to Bailey. They're going to get attacked by Superi. Superi goes into this for seconds. Superi does not go for the move here. And goes for the move here. He needs to gain 2 attempts, so Bassa must pass Superi. Bailey. Who didn't make it into the DRS of Bailey. Can defend his position for now. Pray for you. Gets overtaken by Gando. Is there any outrageous moves here this lap or not? Lowry shows his nose but doesn't go for it. Superi gets 3 seconds. And Callum goes for fastest lap for now. But at least the thesis stands that everybody who's going into a race as a championship leader gets a horrible race afterwards. Kind of lost it down Coma Grande. Bailey and Superi switch positions. Storms goes past Lani. Well, Lani's going for a pit stop. Sure. Sebastian gets overtaken by Superi. And Gandalf's on the chase to Windsword. Oh, and Dave goes for the lead again. Good for him. Just follow this group for now. Bailey's in the threat of running out of fuel. Danny goes for his pit stop. Oh, a lot of people quit. Bailey, what on earth are you doing? Shut again. Keeps going for now. Dave leads. 18 people watching. What the fuck are you guys doing here? Why are you all here? We were like 10 5 minutes ago. Where you come from? Incredible. So, yeah. We're actually going to get overtaken by Lani. And Andre is currently hunting down Brent. I take everything back as he goes into the pit lane. So Brent now second. Did he already do his second pit stop? No, he did not. Is he on a one stop? Possibly. 7 level tire hards probably won't last till the end though. So who stopped so far? Everybody. Callum is the first on his second pit stop. Oh, like I said, the gap is pretty big to Callum from Dave and Brent. So unless your boy Dev surprisingly pulls off the one stop, we are not going to see any crazy movements here in the top 3. People. Jesus. So, XC Storms is under threat of both the series. As Rotogun Let's Go unleashes the Grim Sleeper on him. Lani left the session. And Gandalf could possibly go for a move on the Windsword here. Gets a car to stop and it's through. Nice. Rotogun lost 3 seconds in that lap, you know, crazy. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy so far. And we're back to 14. Oh god, it's all the pressure with you guys. Jumps up and down. So, Andre now hunting Tyler Danny. And we'll see what is happening for in this race. I mean, it's pretty spread out now. Don't think there's going to be crazy ones happening. Taylor Danny gets overtaken by Andre. And that's good, right? And Taylor Danny lost his front wing. Nice. And Callum goes for his third pit stop. Yeah. Pit stop number 3 for Callum. Sure, why not, Callum? Heard of any gets more penalties. Side by side through Parabolica. Scandal goes into the pits. What are these pit entries today? Guys. That's not how you enter the pit lane. So, as you can see, more and more people pit for their second pit stop. Here, only two laps as the Storm's now going for a move on Grim Sleeper. And gets it done cleanly. As we're somewhat of a group forming here. We'll pray for you, Gandalf and Windsword. Taylor, Danny and for Andrea can be fighting for P5. So yeah. Well, these three are fighting it out for P7. You don't see the greatest corner entry here. Callum goes around with his teammate. Nice. Good to see. Gandalf now goes for the move into turn one. Can he get the job done? Yes, he can. Nice and tidy move there. This guy, Windsword, gonna go for it. Into the chicane. They are side by side. No, oh, no collision. Take that as a win. No collision there. That's again for the late win, yeah, sure. Definitely. We can go for most tidy exploration of runoff areas in less mode 2. That's probably the only award we can currently give him. Well, Woodsword is not done yet with Gandalf. Goes past out, can pray for ye. Launch an attack. No. But he is lurking. As if his Storms and Grim Sleeper are just trading positions. I'm gonna see anything other up there. I mean, this is the only actual group we have currently. Nothing crazy happening here, I guess. Gandalf does something insane here into the first corner. Not really alongside, a lot of contact there. Pushes Windsor over the curb. Oh, that's a lot of contact, and that's going to compromise his exit there. They were not really alongside there. Dave gets 3 seconds. That could put him at risk, actually getting overtaken by Brent to the line. That could be something to look out for. Currently half a second. And Dave pits. Callum gets 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Callum retires. Did he have a puncture? Oh. He just pitted. And Brent, with 3 laps to go, just has to pray his tires don't pop and get it across the line. What's his tires looking like? 15 lap old hards. Well, that's doable. Well, they shouldn't explode. That's Callum the tires in the pit. I think Dave was probably on the risk of a puncture. I couldn't see if he actually had a puncture, but there would be no situation where it would be normal for him to pit now. But yeah, I guess he was like on 90% or something. Is he using traction control? Doesn't look like he's in traction control. Might just not be great with his tires. Yeah, he can go to fastest lap. I mean, Brent needs to get his tires to finish. These three are still battling it out. Gonna go for around the outside here. Oh, that's gonna end in drama there if he goes for that move. And I'll pray for you. Well, doesn't use the chance here. So, the last lap begins for Brent. As Gandalf takes the lead in this battle. How's Brent's tire looking? Well, it's not looking nice. He's losing a lot of time on this lap. as Rattigan is weaving behind him. I think his tire is actually about to pop. His front left doesn't look too great. It doesn't matter. Brent wins in Monza. A very nice and tiny finish. Your boy Dev runs out of fuel before the line and finishes second. Dave finishes third. Superi gets across the line in fourth. Andre finishes in P5. Taylor Danny, I don't know what his penalty situation actually is, finishes in P6 on track at least. Gandalf finishes P9 on track. Bravery finishes 7 wins on 8. Basson 9. XD Storms finishes 11. Grim Sleeper 12. Blarney goes across the line in 13th. Bailey, who caused a lot of havoc today, is finishing P14. And that is it, folks. A very nice win here from Brent, who just made the one-stop work. I guess Dave was on the verge of a puncture. It's the only reason I see why he pitted that late. And, yeah. Very, very chaotic at some point. It's going to be spicy in the inside channel, I feel. And yeah. Most positions gained is Tyler Denny. Tyler Denny went with a great race. In both positions gained is still Winsor. Yeah, I'm gonna give Winsor the driver of the day. He had a very good race. Finished in 6th on track. Had some decent battles. I mean, Winsor also had some nice and decent battles. But yeah, the trend continues that drivers that go into a race as a championship leader have a horrible result, as Grimsleeper finishes 12th. Gandalf finishes his streak of not converting his pole positions, as he finishes 10th. And yeah, Callum and Haytham are the only people to retire. Rattigan probably got most rape driver of the day. And yeah, that's about it. I wish you all a very happy week, as you are, most of these guys are at least, racing either tomorrow, on Fridays, or on Sundays. And yeah, myself, I'm going to be racing tomorrow and on Friday. But yeah, anyways, I hope you all have a great evening and see you next time.